Yes, so I think we are live now. So yes. So hi everyone, this is Vishal from Cypher School. I hope you all are doing well. So welcome to today's session on VS Code Productivity Masterclass, right? So if you use VS Code on every day or on regular basis, this session is for you, right? Today we will be learn some amazing shortcuts, useful extensions and productivity tips that can help you code faster and work more efficiently. To take us through this session, we have Satyam sir with us. So, welcome, sir. We are really happy to you here. Please introduce yourself and take the session forward.
Okay, hi everyone. First of all, thanks Vishal for introducing me. So I am Satyam and I am working in Cypher School from recently. And yeah, I have worked with many companies and from the last 2 years I am in this development field. So you can say I have a good hands-on on this VS Code and all these things. So without wasting any time, yeah, let's begin the session. Okay. So let me tell you what we are going to learn today. So all of us use VS Code, okay? But very few of us really know what are the productivity tools that VS Code provides us. So today we are going to learn the same, how we can save our hours by using these shortcuts, the keyboard shortcuts, the extensions, and all these things. Okay, ठीक है यार. So let me share my screen first. Is my screen visible? Yeah, Vishal.
Yeah, it's loading right now. Yes, it's visible now.
Okay, okay. So let me take to you my VS Code. Okay. So first of all, let me tell you, for example, let's close my VS Code. I'm closing my VS Code. And let's say I want to open any folder in my VS Code. Okay. So most of us do what? We open VS Code, okay, and we go to the GUI of VS Code and click there, open folder and all these things. Yeah, we can do that, but it is very time taking. So what is the best option? The best option is to navigate to your folder which you want to open. Let's say I want to open this folder in my VS Code. And currently I am using Mac, so the shortcuts, all the keyboard shortcuts that I will be sharing with you guys will be based on Mac. But for Windows also they will be somewhat same. If you do a little bit chat GPT and all these things, you will find the same shortcuts for Windows as well. So let me
I think we
open this
have
folder in my
control
VS
instead
Code.
of
So what I
command
will
in
do,
Windows.
yeah, yeah, that is one change. In Windows you have control, but in Mac you have a dedicated button for that. That is command.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what I will do, I will open a new folder, open a new terminal here, and simply what I will do, I will enter this command code and dot, and boom. Simply, it will open this folder in VS Code. Okay, so no need to navigate here, open a new folder and all these things. Simply go to the folder that you want to open and open terminal there and code dot. Okay, chalo. So now we have opened my folder. So yeah, let's see some very important keyboard shortcuts that every VS Code user must know. Okay, these are very basic, very useful day-to-day life keyboard shortcuts. So let me show you one by one. The first and very useful shortcut that me personally use very often, that is this global search. For example, For example, let's say I open my folder structure. This is my folder structure. And let's say I know there is a file that is no that is index.ts. This file. I know there is a file index.ts, but I don't know where actually exists. So to open this file, I need to first search here, scroll up and down, and if I find it, okay, then I can open. But obviously, it is a very brute force approach. So to open any file directly, if you know the name of a file, to open it directly, what you will do? You will use this global search. So you have to press Command plus P, and it will open you a global search. Here you can enter the name of the file, that is index, and simply it will suggest you the matching results. That is this index.ts, and press enter, and boom, it will open you the file. So you can open any file here. Instead of routing it in this folder structure, you can directly use the global search feature. And believe me, it is very useful. Again, I'm repeating, it is command plus P. Okay, let's say search another file, that is app.ts, and it will open the file for me. Okay, the next shortcut is that is command plus T. Now you will you will imagine what this command plus T will do. So basically, it is used to search symbols. Now, what is the meaning of symbols? For example, let me tell you, let's say there is a file that is this index.ts. Let's say this is routes.ts. And in route.ts, I know that there is a function, let's say it index.ts. There's a function, let's say get friends. See, I know that in my folder structure, there's a file. I don't know the name of the file. The only thing I know is that there is a function. The name of the function is get friends. Okay. Now I want to jump to this function. See, if you manually do it, first you have to find out in which file this function is present. And if you are successful in doing so, then you can find the function. But we can do it very easily using this symbol search. So what you have to do, simply press Command plus T and search the name, that is get details, and it will take you to the function. No need to know the name of the file, in which file this function is present. You can directly search this function. You can directly jump to this function by using this symbol search. So Command plus T, and here you can mention any function name. For example, let me search one more function for you. Let's say this function is find by U and P. So Command plus T, find by, and you can see it is suggesting me a function. So if there are multiple function by this name, so it will suggest you all the function, and by clicking enter, it will take you to the same function. Okay. So up till here, any doubt, you are free to ask. Then we can proceed forward. The comment section is open, guys. You can ask your doubts in between. Okay, let me see. Okay. So we can continue.
Yeah, Satam, I have one question for you.
Uh-huh. Yes, Vishal.
Yeah. So how long you have been using the VS Code and why it's your preferred editor? Like there are so many editors, why you almost use VS Code?
Like you know, from the very start of my journey, I am using VS Code. And
Hmm.
see, the biggest reason I think to use VS Code is the environment, the extension pack it provides you. It have a lot of extension packs. Literally, you can find any kind of extension in VS Code. And I think in other IDs, for example, in PyCharm, you will find a good extension, but the the resource pack in VS Code is very vast. So that is the one reason I prefer VS Code. Otherwise, I think there is no difference in any ID. If you don't use any extension, you can use any ID. But if you are an extension lover, you love to use extensions a lot, then VS Code must be your first choice.
Got it, sir. Got it.
Okay. Okay. So let's jump to the next shortcut. The next shortcut is go forward and go backward. Now, what is this go forward and go backward? Let me tell you. Let's say, let's say, first I will give you a scenario and then I will explain what is the this feature, go forward and go backward. For example, I am making some changes in this file. Let's say I am adding a comment here. Let's say hello Vishal. Okay. And then I jump to a next file, another file, and here I make some changes. Let's say I am adding one more comment. Hello Vishal. Now let's suppose I want to jump the previous edited file. I want to jump my previous cursor location. If you know, the previous file that I edited was this file routes.ts, and this was the line that I was editing. So if I need to jump to my previous cursor location, I can simply use my go forward and go backward shortcuts. So what you have to do, you have to simply click Control and minus. Okay, I will show you again. See, currently I am here. Let me increase the font size. Currently I am here at this file. And if you remember, this was the file that I changed for the first. So if I press Control plus minus here, it will take you to the previous cursor location, the previous cursor where you were making your changes. And similarly, let's say you want to jump to the next cursor location, the forward cursor location. So in this file, you will simply need to click Control Shift and minus. It will take you to the forward location. Okay, so basically what you are doing, you are jumping, you are jumping in the history of your edits. Suppose you are editing multiple files together, you want to jump to the history. Let's say you want to go backward in the history, you want to go forward in the history. So instead of routing between the files using this GUI, you can use the shortcuts. Then let me explain it again. So it is, if you want to go backward, it is Control plus minus. And if you want to go forward, it is Control Shift minus. Okay. It is sometimes used, but not very oftenly used. So sometimes you will use it. Now let's discuss next shortcut, that is next and previous search. And believe me, you will use this search feature a lot. So for example, sometimes there is a scenario that we need to edit some line. So let's say I need to edit this user ID. So I don't know where this user ID is present in this file. So what I will do, obviously I will search this user ID keyword. So I will click Control plus F. So what it will do, it will open your search bar. So now you can enter any text here and it will give you the matching result. For example, I will search user ID. All the matching keywords that are present inside your current file, it will suggest you. It is saying 3 of 7. So there are 7 matching results and currently you are at the third result. Now, what you have to do, what you want, I want to jump to the next and previous search result. See, this down arrow and this up arrow, they are used to jump to the next and previous search. If you click this down arrow, it will jump you to the next result, that is line number 57, and so on. And this upper arrow will take you to the previous matching result. Instead of doing it manually, we have a dedicated shortcut for this. Okay, suppose you have searched user ID. Now you want to jump to the next and previous searches. So instead of clicking this down and upper arrow, simply click Command and G. So if you click Command plus G, it will jump you to the next matching result. Okay, see, currently I am at result 4. If I click Command plus G, it will jump me to the next matching result. And similarly, if we want to jump to the previous result, simply click Command Shift G. So currently I am at result 5. So if I click Command Shift and G, it will take me to the fourth matching result. Okay. So this search feature and jump forward and backward, it is very useful. Okay. Let's take some doubts if there are any doubts. Okay. Guys, we are open to take your doubts. Feel free to ask. No one is asking any doubt. So let me then we can proceed. So the next keyboard shortcut is, for example, let's say I am adding a comment in my code. Let's say after line 23, I am adding a comment. I am adding any line of code. Let's say hello, Richard. But later I realized no, I have added this line of code at the wrong place. I should have added added this line after line number 25. So what I am saying, I have added a new line of code after line number 23, but later I realized no, this line must be added after line number 25. So instead of cutting and pasting this line from here to here, see, instead of cutting and pasting this line from here to here, what we can do, we can move this line of code. So now I will show you how you can move a line of code upward and downward. For example, let's say this is my line of code, hello, Vishal, and I want to move this line downwards. So simply what you have to do, select this line of code and simply click Option plus down arrow. You can move this line of code anywhere, upward or downward. Simply hold Option key and press up and down. And now no need to copy and paste it again and again. You can move it anywhere. Okay. The next shortcut is, let's say, let's say I have added a line of code. I will give the same example. I have added a line of code, sorry, and later I realized no, I need to write this line of code 3 times. For example, if I need to write this line of code 3 times, so instead of copy and pasting this line 3 times, what we will do, we will use a shortcut. Let's say if I need to write this line of code 3 times, I will copy it and then I will paste it. Again, I will paste it. So this is okay, but it is very, you can say,
Yeah,
very naive
Satyam.
approach.
Yeah, one student is asking which key you have used to move the line from upward to backward and vice versa.
Okay. So it is for Mac, it is option plus up and down arrow. For example, if you want to move a line upward, you will simply hold option key and press the up and down arrow. Okay. And in Windows, I'm not sure, but in Windows, I think the option keys, I have never used Windows, but in Windows, I guess option is uh, okay. So if you do a little bit research on about Windows, so you will find out the same key for Windows. But in Mac, it is option plus up and down arrows. Is it clear? Meghna Singh. Okay, I think it is clear. So what we were discussing that if I need to copy a line again and again, so no need to copy and paste it manually. Simply select this line and press Shift Option, Option, Shift and down key. See, you can paste this line as many times as you want. I will show you again. Right? Simply select this line and press Option, Shift and down key. You will press once, it will copy once. Again you press, it will copy once again. As many times you want to copy this line, you will press this down key. And same, if you want to copy this line of code above this line, so instead of pressing the down key, you will press upward key. So Option, Shift, and upward key. It will paste the same line above the current line. Okay. So I will repeat it again. It is Option, Shift, and downward and upward key. And when you are writing, let's say when you are writing CPP code, when you are writing a DSA solution, so there are many times you need to, let's say you have to declare an array. You have to declare three arrays. So instead of copy and pasting the syntax again and again, you can simply declare the array once. Let's say I will write here. Let's say in C++, you want to declare array, three arrays, int, let's say 8. And again you want to declare array. So instead of writing this line again and again, you can simply copy this line down, Option Shift down. So now you can see it is far more worth it to use this shortcut. Okay. The next shortcut is it is very useful shortcut. That is multi-cursor edit. Let's dive deep into it. What is this multi-cursor edit? Let's say, see, there is a user keyword in my code. Okay. Let me find a good one. That is, let's say this. There is this async keyword in my code. Now, what I need to do, I need to edit all these async keywords in my current file. The very naive approach is to manually edit all the keywords one by one. Okay, first I will go here, then I will find the next, and I will go here. It is very naive approach. Instead of this, what I will do, I will use multi-cursor editing. So simply click on the keyword and press Command plus D. It will select the next matching keyword. And if you press Command plus D again, it will select the next keyword, and so on. If you keep pressing Command plus D again and again, it will select all the matching keywords in multi-cursor mode. I will do it again. Select the keyword and press Command plus D. See, now you can see we are using multi-cursor. The current position of cursor is here, here also, and here also. If you make changes now, it will reflect in all the keywords. Let's say accent. So now you can see all the keywords are edited in one go. So this multi-cursor edit is very useful feature, and you will going to use it a lot in your development journey. Okay. So are you guys having any doubt in this multi-cursor edit? So I want to ask you, Vishal, like
Mhm. Satyam, are you there? Guys, just wait for 1 minute. Your mentor is rejoining this session, right?
hi Vishal, are we up?
Yes, yes, yes.
So I was asking, what do you think? What is the use case of this multi-cursor edit? Like how it can save my time?
Are you asking or what?
Like I am asking you, what do you think? How it can save my time?
I don't know, yaar.
Okay. So I just explained it. So are you having any doubt in this? Understanding about multi-cursor edit?
Just repeat. Like I want like summary of multi-cursor edit.
Okay, okay. So you want a summary.
Yes.
That's fine. So what is multi-cursor edit? Simply, let me create a new file. Leave this file. Let me create a new file. Let's say the name of file is
I think your
stamp
screen
dot.
is not visible to us. Can you please like reshare it?
Is it visible now?
Yes, it's loading. Yes, it's visible now.
Okay. So what I'm doing this time, I'm creating a new file. Okay. And let's say add some comments here. Hello. Okay. And I copy this line. Let's say 4 to 5 times. Now what I need to do, I need to edit this Vishal to Satyam. Let's say I want to edit all the Vishals that are present in this file to Satyam. So instead of doing it manually one by one, if you do it manually one by one, it will take a lot of time. So for such a use case, we use multi-cursor edit. So what I will do, I will select all the Vishal in one go and I will edit them to Satya. So simply select it and press Command D. It will select all the currencies of Vishal and now you can edit them in one go. See,
Got it.
this is
So
the use
whenever
case of
yeah, so whenever we need to make the certain changes in multiple places, then we can use multi cursor
mm,
edit, right?
exactly.
Got it, got it, got it.
Okay. So now we can jump to the next shortcut. That is, I think you all must be aware about it. It is known as toggling the comment. So for example, I want to toggle this comment. I want to uncomment this line. Instead of removing this forward slash, instead of mentioning this forward slash, what we can do, we can move the cursor to this current line and simply press command plus forward slash. If you press command plus forward slash here, it will toggle the comment. It will uncomment the line. And if you press it again, it will comment the line. This is known as toggling the comment. It is very basic keyword, but sometimes it is very handy. Yeah. So let me explain the next shortcut, that is how to delete a entire line. Okay. So let's suppose let me okay. So I want to delete this complete line. Instead of selecting the complete line and then pressing the delete button, simply what we can do, we can use the shortcut. So it is Command Shift K. Simply hover over the current line and press Command Shift K. It will delete the entire line. Okay, very basic shortcuts. Okay. So now the next shortcut is, for example, let's say I need to switch between two files simultaneously. For example, there is something that I need to look up into this file, and based on that code, I need to make changes in my this index.ts file. So instead of switching between these files again and again like this, what we can do, we can open these files in split mode. This is known as split editor. So how to do it? It is very simple. Command plus backward slash and boom. It opens the file in split window mode. So now you can work on two files simultaneously. See, I can see from this file and I can make changes in this file. This is known as split editor. Okay, let me close it. Okay. And there's one more shortcut, that is how to toggle your sidebar. This is known as your sidebar. Here you will have all the things. For example, this is known as extensions. This is for GitHub and this is search. So to toggle this sidebar, what you can do, you can use the shortcut, that is Command plus D. Okay, Command plus D. This is known as toggling the sidebar. So I think, yeah, it is all about the shortcuts. And let's take some doubts, and after we can move to some productivity extensions that I personally like to use in my VS Code. So let's take some doubts and then we can move to extension. Are there any doubts, Vishal?
I think there is no such doubt, so we can proceed with the session.
ठीक है. Okay, so let me tell you some very useful extensions that you will going to use in your coding journey. The very first is the code formatter. And why it is useful, let me tell you. See, suppose you written a code, okay, and let me create a new file, control N, and let's say new file.txt. And let's say I have written some code here. Let's say this one only, this function. Mm, I will copy this function to this one. New file. Okay. Now what I do, see, this code is okay, but if I add some extra spaces here, now also this code will work. Here also, if you add some extra spaces and if you add some extra tab here, the code will still work. But the issue is the code will not look a beautiful code. So when you are writing a code, our goal is not just to write a good code. Our goal is to write a beautiful code. For example, suppose you are working on a project in a team and you have written some part of code, and then later on your team member wants to work on that code again. So if you write a ugly code like this, it is very hard for your coworker to first debug your code and then understand your code and then make changes in that code. So it is always better to follow a convention. It is always better to format your code properly. And for that, we have an extension that is known as Prettier. So what it does, it automatically formats your code into a standard format so that the entire team can write the code in the same format. Okay, so how to find this extension? So simply go on this tab and search Prettier here. Okay. And I think I already have this extension. So it is Prettier and simply enable it. Okay. So this is a very useful extension, the very popular extension that you will use for formatting your code. The next extension that I personally use it is error lens. So let me tell you about this extension. So first, let me show you what is the extension error lens. So, so error lens, this one. So what this extension does, suppose you are writing a code, okay, and you will get some errors in your code. So this extension will give you the errors inline. It will show you the errors in the editor only. No need to compile your code, no need to run your code. If you have some compilation errors, this extension will automatically show you those errors inline. As you can see here, if you have written a wrong code, it will show you that you will get this kind of error. So no need to compile your code first. You will see the error inline. So this extension is very helpful when you are writing, let's say, the codes in, let's say, Java, C++, which are compiled languages. Okay. Okay. The next extension that I use is, that is this path IntelliSense. So what this file does, what this extension does, let's say, let's say you are working with files. Okay. When you are working with files, you have to mention the path names of your file. And it is very hard to remember the complete path name of the file. Sometimes we just know the name of the file, but the code expects you to enter the complete path name. So this is where this extension comes handy. It will auto-complete the file names. It will auto-complete the file path. For example, if you enter, if you want to, if you want to include any file, so simply write the name of the file, and it will automatically suggest you the complete path of that file. So no need to copy and paste the complete path first and then copy and pasting that path in VS Code. Simply use the name and it will automatically suggest you the complete path. It is not that widely used, but sometimes you will use it when you will be working with files. And there are some more extensions that I personally use, but I think that they depends person to person. So first of all, let me show you my complete extension pack. So currently I am using these kind of extension. I use Prettier for code formatting and this C++ dev tools for writing DSA codes in C++. And then I also use debugger for Java. So basically it helps me for debugging my code in Java. And then I have extension packs for Java. So basically it is again a very good extension for Java. If you are a Java developer, then you must have these extensions. One more extension for Java is this Gradle for Java. It is also very essential extension if you are a Java developer. And I think these are all the extensions that you will use. And as soon as you start getting proficient in VS Code, you will explore more extension. But if you are a beginner, if you want to begin with VS Code, so these are the 5 extensions that I will suggest you. I am writing their names here. These are the 5 extensions that every beginner must use. Let me write them. The first extension is this Herald. Okay. The second extension is Prettier. Okay. The third one is Path IntelliSense. Okay. The fourth one is this GitLens. And the last one is Better Comments. But I think VS Code has installed this extension by default. So what is this Better Comments? The better comment is to make your comment look more beautiful. And the next extension is this, that is uh, okay, yeah. So I think these are the 4 extensions that every beginner must use. You can note down these 4 extensions, and rest are, you can say, they depend on person to person, choice to choice. So this is all about extensions. And if you guys are having any doubt, then I am open to take doubts. So let me see if there are any doubts. Vishal, are we having any doubts?
No, there is no such doubt. We can proceed with the session. Yes, Devendra,
Oh,
please ask.
yes, close Copilot. So I haven't written this code. I am just using a demo repository from GitHub to show you the keyboard shortcut. Yes, Devendra, what is your doubt? I think the students are just spamming.
Right. So I think he's not there. We can proceed with the session.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So next, I will suggest you after learning about the keyboard shortcuts and extensions. Next, you should one feature of VS Code that you should always use, that is IntelliSense. What is IntelliSense? So basically, IntelliSense is, suppose you are writing some code. So sometimes the syntax of the code is very heavy. Let's say I need to, for example, I need to write this code. So no need to remember the entire syntax of this line. No need to remember like jwt.verify, what arguments it will accept. So here IntelliSense comes handy. So what it will do, if you start writing the code, it will suggest you the available functions and options. If I edit this, so currently I have turned off in my IntelliSense, but I am using Copilot. So it will suggest you the available options that are present in this JWT class. So basically it helps you in auto completing your code. Okay. So instead of learning the syntax of the function and all, we can focus on writing the function. No need to learn the syntax of this function. So this is where IntelliSense comes handy. And for every language, we have some extension packs for IntelliSense. So you can easily find the relevant extensions. So if you use C++, then you have an extension from Microsoft, that is C++ for IntelliSense for C++ from Microsoft. So for every language, you will have some extensions that will help you auto completing your code. Okay, okay. Mm, o- okay. One more important shortcut that I want to tell you guys. This is basically a cheat code of shortcut. So if you want to see what are all available shortcuts in my VS Code, so what you can see them in one go. What you have to do, simply click Command K and Command S. It will show you all the available shortcuts that are present currently in VS Code. And not only this, what you can do, you can customize these shortcuts. For example, this is the command except inline completion. So the shortcut is control and forward slash. But let's say if you don't like this shortcut, so you can also edit this shortcut. You can you can assign, you can map any shortcut with this command. So this is very helpful. It is the list of entire shortcuts that are present in VS Code. Okay, so this is one thing that I thought I should share with you guys. Okay, yeah, and I think yeah, there is nothing much that I should explain you guys about VS Code. Okay, one more thing I think you must know. VS Code have a inbuilt integrated terminal. Okay, so this terminal here is the same terminal that you use in your Mac. So this terminal and this terminal both are exactly same. So instead of writing the commands separately in your terminal, you can write the commands in this inline terminal of VS Code. Okay, okay. So now for 5 minutes, the rest of the time, I think we should take some doubts. So now we are going to take your doubts, guys. So if you are having any doubt, please ask. So for the next 10 minutes, we will take a doubt session. So Vishal, if you are having any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, any one of you who is with me in this session, they can ask your doubt. Nikhil is asking VS Code, yeah, IntelliJ ID. Nikhil, see, if personally, if I tell you, when I work with a Java project, so personally, I like IntelliJ idea. But if I need to work with, let's say, TypeScript, then I prefer VS Code. So IntelliJ is a good idea, but I think it makes more sense when you work with Java. But I sir, should we use VS Code or which ID is better? Shubham is saying which ID is better. Okay, Shubham, we are again there is no fixed rule in computer science. There is nothing good or nothing bad. Everything has some pros and cons. So we cannot say that this ID is good, this ID is bad. So some ID have their pros and cons. So it totally depends on the use case. That I already explained you. For example, if you want to work with Java, then it makes more sense to use IntelliJ IDE. But for example, if you want to work with Python and TypeScript and JavaScript, so it is better to use VS Code.
So, sir, just one question from my side. So, if you could give just one productivity tip to every developer, तो वो क्या हो सकता है?
Okay. So in context of VS Code, the the productivity tip that I want to give you guys is please start using these shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts. In starting you will think that what is the need of these shortcuts? I can do my work with the help of this GUI. But believe me, in starting it will feel like it is not a productivity tool, but in the long run, when you when you will get a muscle memory of using these keyboard shortcuts, you will realize that it saves a lot of time. Okay. For example, this global search. It is very helpful. When I learned this global search for the first time, I was really amazed because before that I used to navigate my files in this folder, in this file structure. But you can directly navigate your file by using this global search. So the main tip that I suggest you all of the guys that please starting using this keyboard shortcut.
Got it,
After
sir.
after 1 or 2 months, you will get a
Mhm.
muscle memory of using these keyboard shortcuts, and then it will definitely improve your productivity. Yeah,
Sir, my
Vishal.
second question to you is if you had to recommend only three VS Code extension to beginners, so which one do you choose?
Okay, for beginners, I think we have already shared, but let me share it again. So the top three extensions that every beginner must use, the first one is that I told you is Prettier code formatter. I will take you to my extensions tab. The first extension that I suggest every beginner is this Prettier code formatter. It automatically formats your code and it will help your code to look more beautiful. Okay. As I already explained, our goal is not just to write a good working code. The code must be beautiful also. It must look beautiful. Only then other people will enjoy collaborating with you on your code. The second extension that I suggest you is this error len. Okay, so it will definitely help you to debug your code to catch the errors without even running your code. And the third extension that I suggest you is this. I think I have already shared you. Uh, yeah. The third extension
I
is
think GitLens.
GitLens. I will suggest, but for beginners, suppose if you are working with, let's say, React project, if you are a
Mm-hmm.
developer, so you you need to start servers very often. You need to start servers. So to if you work with servers, then one more extension that every beginner should use that is this live server.
Hmm.
Live server. Yes, detailed ratio internet. Yeah, this one. So these are the top three extensions that I suggest every beginner that they should start learning this. All right, Vishal, any other doubt?
Hmm. Yeah. One last before we wrap up. So, is there one final tip or message that you would like to share with everyone?
Okay. So yeah, the tip is that only. Please, first of all, the first tip that I want to give you, please don't ignore this extension tab. Because see, as I already mentioned in the starting of this session, why I use VS Code is because it have a lots of extension tab. So please start using these extensions. They are built for your productivity. Okay. Start exploring extensions and try new extensions. There are a lot of them. So try as much extension as possible. It will definitely improve your productivity. And the last tip that I will give you that is a second. Let me close it. The last tip is when you work with multiple files, so what we do? Sometimes we open VS Code in two windows. So
Hmm.
instead of opening the VS Code in two windows, we can use the split feature. That is this. Second, sorry, that is this uh, command plus. So this feature I find very useful for beginners. So this is how you can work with multiple files. So these are the two pro tips that I will suggest for every beginner to work upon this. First one is start learning and using these extensions. They are for your productivity only. And second one is start using these keyboard shortcuts. And third one is start working with this split editor. It will definitely improve your productivity. Okay, Vishal. So are we having any more doubts?
No, I guess. Let's wrap up the session then.
Okay, okay. So,
Yeah.
okay, guys, it was nice to interact with you, and we already had a lot of doubts. So I know I haven't covered your all the doubts, but mostly I have covered because I am seeing there are some redundant doubts. Some people are asking the same doubts again and again. So that's why I have skipped some doubts. But I think we have already covered all the doubts. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Arvishal. So it was all about this class.
Yeah. So that's a wrap for the today's session, everyone. And a big thank to you, Satyam sir, for sharing such a valuable insights and practical VS Code tips, right? And thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope you found this session helpful, and see you in the next session. Then, until then, keep learning and keep building, right? Thank you so much, all.
Okay, guys. Best of luck.